And I will say this, Bob, you are really good at understanding the business of boxing, because now you're gonna have literally, this is just my understanding of it. You're gonna have an anxious Crawford, and you may have an overzealous PBC that wants the Earl Spence fight, and they can't do.
Well, it's not going to be. Al and I have no problem doing business.
Mm-hmm.
So all of this shit that we went through in the old days about, him protecting his fighters, we protecting our fighters, that's over. Right now, in order to get the sport moving the way it should move, we have to have cross promotion. That's what we do with Golden Boy. This Franco kid is a Golden Boy fighter, but it doesn't matter. They know what good fights are. We help each other. For example, if Ryan Garcia is successful against Campbell, a natural fight that would be huge, particularly we get vaccines, so we go back to full stadium.
Sure.
Teofimo Lopez and Garcia would do 30, 40,000 people in Allegiant Stadium.
Right. So it's about the business of boxing. It's making sure that not does the fighters get their guarantee, but it's like make sure that the promoters, the managers, everybody wins. That's the goal.
Yeah, but you understand how tough it's been for promoters, whether it's PBC or Top Rank, how tough it's been without Gate. I mean, without that source of revenue, and how tough it is to do a pay-per-view now with people not being able to entertain in their homes, so to buy the fight, and how many people are suffering economically because of the pandemic and can't afford a pay-per-view, and how you do a pay-per-view without closed circuit, which was really robust and could account for anywhere between $2 and $5 million, and without a gate. I mean, I'm not crying because I've been lucky because I've had the backing of ESPN, but Al is suffering from the same thing like we are, like all promoters are, and we're not suffering as much as promoters that don't have television deals. They can't do shit because they were relying on gates, and there are no gates.
You're right. So now it's to the point, in order for boxing to grow. Tell me something. How successful do you think Tank Davis pay-per-view was, being that you mentioned?
It did. I thought it did fairly well because they weren't on the ESPN Plus platform, but it did around maybe 125 to 130,000, which was double what the Charlo pay-per-view did. I mean, Charlo pay-per-view was a terrible money loser. And Tank Davis and Cruz was not a profitable show because of the lack of gate and closed circuit. So I feel for all of the promoters. If Tank Davis and Cruz was, and people say, well, they did it in the Alamo Dome, and they did a good gate, but they didn't sell the tickets. The tickets were given away. We know that from the ticket brokers. They were offered hundreds and hundreds of tickets to sell for whatever they could.
Wow.
People during the pandemic, people of any intelligence during the pandemic, aren't going to go into a stadium, indoors particularly, to watch a fight where they can catch the COVID.
Yeah, that has it